It's that time of the year again. Horror games are releasing, and this year brings us Yomawari Midnight Shadows. Yomawari Midnight Shadows, the sequel to Yomawari Night Alone. This time, the game features dual protagonists, Haru and Yui, and it takes place in a new town. Haru and Yui go to the mountains to view the fireworks. On their descent from the mountain, they get separated. And now, the main objective of the story is to get them back together again. Like the game before it, Midnight Shadows is an adventure game that takes place in the city in the middle of the night. Here, spirits all roam free. Most of them will kill you just by touching them. Others will either slow you down or impair your vision for a moment. The only defense mechanisms you have are your flashlight, which will either stop enemies from coming towards you, or at the very least, makes them visible for you. If you can't find a hiding spot, you can find rocks to throw and distract the spirits, or trash bags to hide in when you need a quick place to hide. In terms of storytelling, the game is split into two parts. For the first part of every chapter, you'll be playing as Haru, trying to escape whatever situation she finds herself in. These events are very short, but do provide you clues on Haru's whereabouts. For the remainder of the chapter, you'll be playing as Yui. Both Yui and Haru play exactly the same, however Yui has the ability to wear charms that'll make her run faster, or be able to carry more rocks and much more. If by some reason you can't hear the spirits around you, there is another way of telling if they're nearby. The game gives you an audio-visual cue by having the screen pulse and the sound of the girl's heartbeat go faster. The closer you are to an enemy, the faster the pulse. While the story in both Midnight Shadows and Night Alone are roughly the same, Midnight Shadows' story feels oddly shallow in comparison. It doesn't come across as gut-punching as its predecessor. The story Midnight Shadows tries to tell goes along the lines of, wow, this is pretty messed up, versus the genuine horror that was Night Alone. Outside of seemingly lesser story, everything else is much better. Despite having a larger map, the game is much more straightforward in regards of where to go, so getting or feeling lost is much less likely. There are more puzzles and boss-like enemies to face as well. The atmosphere is generally the same from the previous game. This new town is just as lively of spirits everywhere. A lot of them are new as well, which is really refreshing. Although, the disappointing bit is that a lot of assets in regards to the town have been reused, although the map layout itself is completely different from the original. In terms of graphics though, the game can look absolutely beautiful. However, this has really taken a toll on the Vita. The frame rate noticeably dips every time a lot of spirits appear on screen, which can be a bit of a drag since everything kills you in one blow. It becomes an even bigger problem when you don't immediately start back from where you died. It takes you back all the way to your last save point. Granted, whatever items you got or used will remain gotten or used, it's just a backtracking bit that can come across as slightly annoying. In the end, as much as I enjoy this game, it feels too safe, to a point where it almost feels manufactured and everything could be almost expected. It certainly plays to all the original strengths, which is cool, but at the same time it doesn't do anything different outside of adding sub-areas and more interesting bosses. If there's a third game, I'd certainly love to play it, but I hope it doesn't become a repeat. And that does it for our review. To see the written review, be sure to check out our website, gaminggamma.com. A link to that review will be down in the description bar below. Also, if you have any comments or questions, please feel free to leave them. I love hearing from you guys. Also, if you're new to my channel, hey, be sure to subscribe for future Let's Plays, reviews, commentaries, and more. And if you really love what I do, you can go check out my Patreon. Every bit helps. Also, if you're already subbed, be sure to click on that bell to be notified when my next review is live. And as always everyone, thanks for watching.